Hello and welcome to my loft railway. Today I want to talk about digital control and analog control. Analog control has a few advantages over digital, one of those being price. Obviously digital control, you can have multiple trains running on the same track. You can have also sound controls. However, with my railway, which is quite extensive, about 1,400 feet of track, I have 12 controllers and can control 23 trains at the same time. Also, you can have the Railco sparks. What they do is they give a high voltage spark to clean the track. Now I'm not sure if they really make a difference, but still this is one of the ideas when I first had analog controllers. Now behind me you can see my railway, and what I'm going to do today is show you how I control so many different trains at the same time. With digital controllers you control the actual individual train. However, with analog you have to control the track. You can see there are 4 controllers of duet. They seem to be pretty robust to me. I have controller number 5 snuck down there. I have tracks 6, 7 and the rest up to 12 here. These particular controllers are being purposely built for me by Tracks. Little expensive, but they have been amazing. They give out 17 volts and 5 amps. What that means is there's so much power. I can have 1, 2 or 3 trains. I can alternate the number of trains on and off, and there is no decrease in speed. Once again, here I have these controllers. They have been purposely built for me to give much larger current. By giving a larger current, when I have 1 train or 2 train on a particular track, there is no noticeably change in the speed of the train. This means it's much smoother. Unfortunately, with normal controllers, if you run a second train onto the already existing loop, then the trains slow a bit. This is how I control all of my trains. On here there are 12 tracks. There are 89 points with motors and 15 to 20 other points which do not have motors, either because they're rarely used or very near to where I sit. These are called passing contact switches. So what happens is, as you turn the switch, it passes, creates a contact, sends current to the solenoid motor and turns the point. I quite like this system because it means you can very quickly and easily change the points. So you really are driving the train and changing the points. You can do multiple point changes very quickly. Having 12 controllers means that each loop is instantly controllable. So it's a bit more complex and a bit more difficult to use than digital. However, I think it's quite a challenge and I much prefer it this way. Of course, with such complexity, I have multiple crashes. There's one more track, which is my cliff railway, which hasn't any points and just goes up and down. Here are 2 of my camera trucks. One, the truck has a built-in camera. This one is a GoPro camera and gives a much better quality picture. This is here ready to be used later. Now, an important part in any railway was when a fast train had to overtake a slow train. Almost all of my tracks have an overtaking loop, and you can see down here, if I follow this track along, it splits into 2, and here the DMU is parked up to pick up passengers and the high-speed train will whiz past. It is set up that whilst the DMU is parked, the power is cut off by the points. these tracks here, at the moment, they are mixed ages of trains. So I've got 1960s trains, 70s trains. We're here with 1980s high-speed train. A non-stop high-speed train. The DMU can now pass on. Now the DMU can start its journey. On this part of the video, I just want to show you what analogue can actually do. I have my controllers behind me, I have my switchboard here controlling my 89 points, and what I'm going to do is I've got 4 trains running on 6 tracks, and all those 6 tracks are about to be turned into one single track. It is fairly complex, and I think this adds a bit more fun to it, to try and make sure you don't have the train crashes. everything has to be done in sequence. To get it wrong, the trains will stop. And as you can probably hear, the train has now changed direction and changed the track. Not very exciting looking at me, of course, but it just goes to show you what can be done. Just to finish off, I have my two pendolinos at about 140 miles an hour. Of course, one advantage of my analog controllers is that you can get a lot more speed out than you could ever with DCC. This might not be to everybody's tastes, but I think it makes a lovely noise. Just look at the control that analog controllers can do. As you can see, it's quite incredible what analog controllers can still do these days. I can run 24 trains and 186 coaches and 110 wagons. Not for today, another video. Please do like and subscribe, and see you another day.